Hello, ineffable being. How are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful, magical day. I want to tell you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Ineffable being, this is the first video of a short 3-part series on resistance. This 3-episode series is going to be on the path of least resistance. This is the second series I've done in my entire channel. If you want to check out the first one, it is what it means to be sexy. So that is a 4-part. It's sexy is number 2, and sexy mastery level. So it's actually 3 videos, 3 different days on what it means to be sexy. And today I'm bringing to you the path of least resistance. So let's get into it. And well, let me digress. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about an overview of what it means of the path of least resistance. And episode 2 of this series is going to be on everything internal. So we're going to be talking about happiness, health, love. And then the last episode, we're going to talk about the path of least resistance for our external world. So there, we're going to talk about wealth and our dream life. So in this first video, the quick overview. Well, let me ask you something. Why aren't you doing the things that you know to do? Why aren't you eating the foods that you know that are better for you? Why aren't you spending your money or not spending your money in the ways that are better for you? Why don't you hang out more time with people that you believe are better for you? And why don't you hang out with people that you know are not? Why don't you hang out less with people that you believe are not that good for you? What am I trying to paint here? What I'm trying to build here is the idea that each individual is innately very smart. You are an intelligent life force, and you know how better to spend your money or how to not spend your money. You know where you should probably not spend time and where you should spend more time. You know the things, you know the foods that are better for you. We have all the intelligence. So I ask you, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing the things that you, like perhaps me at one point, I had a list of things, how to eat, what to study, what to put my money, where not to put my money. I had a list of the life that I wanted, of the life that I was reading. I had mentors, and there was YouTube, and there's podcasts, and every time I hear something, I would go put it down in my notepad on my phone. But it took me 5 years. It took me losing my family. It took me leaving a country that I knew and ending up in a country where I don't know anybody, 100,000 miles away, to start living the life that I have been documenting, that I have been receiving insight as to how better to live that life. But you know what? These are the 3 things. I did not have purpose, I could not stop overthinking, and I didn't have the emotional power and conscious valor to commit to the lifestyle that I want. Why is this relevant to the path of least resistance? Because the path of least resistance, imagine if we just throw a whole bucket of oil on you and then you have to go through life. Well, you're going to slip in and out of all the stress. You're going to glide through all the problems and situations of your life if you have a purpose, if you stop overthinking, and if you have the emotional power and conscious valor to commit to whatever it is that your goal may be. If it is a better health, if it's more money, if it's a dream house, a dream job, I don't care, and the universe doesn't matter. But you do, because you're the one that wants it. So let me break these 3 down really quick for you. First step into creating a life of least resistance is finding a purpose, finding your why. And if you don't want to look at your whole life, if you don't want a purpose for your life, that's more than fine. If you don't have a why, my why is to raise the collective consciousness. That's for me. But if you don't have a life vision, that's fine. I'm sure you have short-term goals, whether it be X amount of money, a better position, a raise, more muscle, more abs, whatever it may be. It could be long-term or short-term or for your full life. But whatever you're looking at, you must build a why. You have to give yourself a purpose. Why is this important? Because now you're not just waking up aimlessly to your day. Whenever you go to work, you have a purpose to go into work. You didn't just see this opening and now you're there because the whole world works. No, you're doing this perhaps for school, for your kids, for something. So build a purpose. And the next thing is stop overthinking it. If we go back to the list of items that you have of how to better your life, then why aren't you doing them? Probably because you're overthinking. I'm a full-fledged vegan now. I come from Dallas, Texas. Every birthday, my parents is like, Luis, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want to eat? I want a filet mignon. Well, now I'm a raw vegan. Not just vegan. I'm closer to the raw vegan, which is probably almost the most extreme end of it. Well, what took me here? I just looked up. One day, I woke up and I said, you know what? Only this body, only this brain, this heart, these eyes, this mouth, this nose, these hands and these legs and feet are going to get me the dream life that I want. So what did I do? I looked at myself. What I am. I am a two-dimensional being. I am everything that's physical that we associate three dimensions to, and I'm also everything that is not physical. So I do this to simplify my life. So control my physical, my 3D self, and also my second dimension, that is everything that's not physical. This is emotions, these are thoughts, this is imagination, these are hormones, energy. So we are a three-dimensional, physically, but we are two-dimensionals. Again, everything that's physical and everything that's not. When I decided to start taking charge of my two dimensions, I said, well, damn, let me calibrate. Let me tune this body up. Let me tune up my brain, my thoughts, my energy, my emotions. And again, part of that was my physical body. So what did I do? Well, how can you be healthy? I mean, it's on Google, right? So Alkaline Foods, better your pH. It has a result, the end result of having a higher pH, eating more alkaline foods is that your immune system is better, you reduce inflammation in the body. Where there is inflammation, there is mucus. So this is the process. And then after where there is mucus, because there is high acidity level, there is then inflammation. After inflammation, what that means is that your body is fighting in a certain area. So then you leave the door open. So sustained levels of mucus inflammation leads to mental illness, leads to sadness, leads to overweight, leads to headaches, migraines, high blood pressure, all these things. So I didn't look at it. I know that emotionally, I know where I come from. I'm coming from a filet mignon, a 6 to 8 ounce filet mignon with asparagus, with creamed corn. That's yes or yes. That was my life. But you know what? If I would just be like, oh, well, Luis, it doesn't make me happy. And if I would just keep asking questions regarding my health or how to reach the goals that I want, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have helped the people in other countries. Now, I'm not at the place, I haven't reached my pinnacle. I haven't helped all the people that I want to, and I never will. But quite frankly, I've helped a lot more people today than I would have ever helped, if I would not have just thought very logically, just started doing the things that I know to do. And some of this is we just overthink. Well, what's the end result? If I'm healthy, if I just eat spinach every day, if I eat vegetables, if I I eat vegetarian one meal, one day a week, or then 2 days, and then the whole week, and we just think about all these things. And I just want to tell you, just stop. If it makes logical sense, for example, saving money, is that logical? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so then do that. Is eating healthier more logical, more intelligent? Yes. Is bettering your communication skills, your time management skills, your project handling skills, your relationships, are all of these things better logically? Yes. But what happens? Our emotions get in the way. It's very easy to accept saving money or spending money, investing money on master classes, mentors, etc. It's very easy to logically accept these things. We all want to do it. It makes sense to everybody. But then what happens? Why aren't we doing these things? Well, we have emotions. Oh, well, this spinach doesn't make me happy. Eating this doesn't make me happy. Saving money doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is going to Zara. What makes me happy is having Prada shoes. What makes me happy is my Michael Kors. What makes me happy is going to restaurants. What makes me happy is having sex with every other woman that I see. What makes me happy is playing video games and playing football or basketball with my boys versus doing, making videos. So, again, the 3 things to get you where you need to go and start living a life of least resistance is have a purpose, your why, that you tell yourself. The next thing is stop overthinking. If it makes logical sense, If it is better for you logically, then go and do it. And then the last thing is figure out how to emotionally adapt, how to compensate these new actions that you're not emotionally attached to and they're not programmed into your body, because what is programmed is very negative things that aren't towards the life that we want, that are, fast foods, excessive sex, excessive drugs consumption, alcohol consumption, time management is poor, communication is poor. So the emotional power, you have to emotionally learn how to calibrate your interior, to emotionally be able to adapt to this new life. You're a human being, ladies and gentlemen. You have the instruments. If you want to become Rambo strong tomorrow, if you want to eat spinach for the rest of your life, you can do it. You have the intelligence. You have an instrument. It's called a heart that is 60 times more powerful than the brain to do whatever it is. If you want to if you have to, because it's more logical, it makes more sense for your dream to wake up at 5 a.m., at 6 a.m., sleep 6 hours, you have the instruments to compensate yourself, to treat yourself good in the present moment in response to this new activity that oftentimes is not going to be associated with love and happiness because it's something new. So learn about yourself. Knowledge, power, intelligence is power. But knowledge about yourself is self-empowerment. So calibrate yourself, learn about yourself, your psychology, your physiology, and your instruments. And I call these fundamentally your heart and your brain. Learn about the heart because it is the most powerful. Learn how to use them. Don't learn how to listen to them because everybody can listen. But it's when you begin to create the music that exists within you. It's whenever you begin to paint the picture that your brain, that your conscious is perceiving 24/7, that your life begins to change. And it's like you being lubed up or us dipping you into a can of olive oil. You're going to slide through life. You're not going to have all this baggage and this resistance. You're just going to be waking up every single day to do the things that you know are good for you and getting you one step closer to your end result. And it could be a purposeful life, or it could just be a short-term goal or a long-term goal. It doesn't matter. But the path of least resistance is available to you. And these are my steps. What I have done, what I share, what I see that are successful. So to live a successful path of least resistance, you need a couple other things. Whenever you start doing these things, you need gratitude, you must be humble, and be conscious of valor. Ineffable being, please put down in the comments, have you enjoyed this video? And also put in the comments if you did not enjoy this video. And put down in the comments what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.